Welcome to 3 Steps to Landing Your Dream Job. This program is a collaboration between the Barrett Group and Business Coaching of Northern California. The Barrett Group is an executive search firm that has assisted career changers across many industries for more than 25 years. They have a 90% success rate and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. Business Coaching of Northern California partners with the Barrett Group to provide clarity coaching to their clients, helping them to realize their strengths, determine their vision for their dream job, and creating a personal strategic plan. We've combined the extensive experience of the Barrett Group with the executive coaching expertise of Business Coaching of Northern California in an online program for job seekers looking for a more self-paced, do-it-yourself approach. The 3 steps to landing your dream job are ready, aim, and bullseye. This online program will focus on the first step, ready. Once you've prepared yourself for your search, the next step is to take aim, to understand how to target the published and unpublished job markets, to create your marketing plan, and learn how to respond to inquiries. The third step, bullseye, takes you through the working with recruiters, the interview process, and negotiating your package. We will also share options for you to dive deeper and get more personalized one-to-one help along the way. I'm Julie Mathern, a Focal Point business coach and part of the Northern California team. I also provide clarity coaching for the Barrett Group clients. I help business owners, executives, and their teams to become more productive, profitable, and higher performing. I have over 25 years of experience in management and marketing in both the public and private sectors. We are at step 2 in the Ready program, choosing your target career. So whether it's your first job or your 15th, you must always consider whether you're targeting a set of duties in which you'll be comfortable and you will perform at your full potential, especially economically. This session will explain how the Barrett Group goes about helping candidates clarify this important question before they begin their career search. Our expert for this session is Dan Resendes, the Senior Vice President of the Barrett Group, where he has worked for the past 13 years leading a team of career coaches to assist their clients in achieving career success. Dan brings over 30 years of business leadership experience to their clients and executive consulting team. Prior to joining the Barrett Group, Dan served as COO, Regional Vice President, Regional Director, District Manager, and Executive Recruiter. Dan's expertise as an interview coach, career advisor, and executive recruiter provides their clients with an insider's perspective for navigating a successful career change initiative. So why do you need a target career? It may seem easier to simply advance within the same industry or company, but it's often not the best strategy. The proper career strategy needs to precisely evolve with your life situation and the ever-changing job market. The enthusiasm most people typically have when entering a new job can end up changing as a job becomes boring or routine. You also want a safety net for unforeseen, non-performance related matters, such as internal politics, mergers and acquisitions, and shifts in your current employer's business model. Let's take a look at the most important factors for clarifying your dream job.
The first thing I always suggest is to remove financial considerations from the equation. You want to think about what you really would enjoy doing. And the best way to find that out is to network with people who are currently doing the job that you're looking at possibly choosing for your career. By having conversations with them in a master and apprentice methodology, you can ask them for the lessons that they've learned while they've been growing in their career. And you can find out what the key roles and professions are that would align with your specific desires and goals.
Great, some useful advice. So you want to remove financial considerations and really think about what kind of work you'll enjoy. You want to network with people who are doing the type of work that you want to do and think of it as a master and apprentice sort of approach where you want to learn from them, find out what lessons they have learned, what are some key things that enable them to be successful. So here are some targeting questions you want to consider when you're trying to figure out what that target career is. Things around what industry do you specialize? What is your technical expertise? What other roles or skills and accomplishments can you apply? How do you apply what you already know possibly to another industry or type of job? What's your ideal work environment? Because when you're in a work setting that's perfect for you, you're going to really be able to leverage your strengths. Other things like geography, salary, personal values, work hours, location requirements. What are the other factors that are important to you? Such as maybe you prefer a large versus a small company. And again, what type of culture are you looking for in that company? Another question that comes up is it best to have one target career or should you have two to three? Let's hear from Dan.
You always want to determine more than one career option. 2 and 3 is perfect. You want your main career and then you want some backups. It's because the job market's always evolving, and one industry may be have a very solid foundation today, but maybe 5 or 10 years down the road, technology could come in or changes could come in, and it could totally decimate that industry. So, although it's great to put 100% effort into your current job, maybe only put 95% effort into that current job and take the other 5% and be networking and exploring other opportunities that could be out there in different industries.
Right. And as he said, you want to think about developing those secondary choices. And you can do this through volunteer work or maybe some side consulting work, ways for you to get exposure to what you want to do and also some experience that you can eventually put onto a resume. Some of you might be wondering what careers pay the most and offer the greatest opportunity for advancement. Because of the way the world works, careers where you can provide the greatest return on investment or ROI, places where you can make the firm money, save them money, maybe get things done quicker, any way that you can have a positive impact on the bottom line tend to have the greatest opportunity. Also, performance based careers where you're rewarded by performance always provide great opportunities. And likewise, you can apply that same philosophy to an attorney role or a physician role who mitigate risk from legal or wellness adversity, or other kinds of positions that have a require talent or skill, something that's unique, credentialed, any skill that's scarce in the marketplace is going to pay well. What you want to avoid are what we call turn the wheel type of positions, where you're coming in each day doing some sort of repetitive type of task or routine tasks, and that's something that you want to avoid in terms of career advancement. Of course, that's also a personal choice. Sometimes we're looking for something that is fairly routine, and it just depends on where you're at in your career. So where do you start? You don't want to be shooting blind, and it goes back to that self-awareness we talked about in the first session. What are your strengths? What is most important to you in the work that you want to be doing? So here's a career targeting exercise that I found online, and let's kind of work through a way for you to come up with some target career ideas. You want to start with something like an Excel spreadsheet, and across the top, you're going to list job qualities and characteristics that matter to you. These can be things like the skills that you want to use or possibly develop, salary potential, other values that matter to you. It could be a specific industry you want to work on, maybe the location, working from home. Maybe you want to be in a team, or perhaps you like to be an individual contributor. Whatever is important to you in terms of qualities and characteristics for your dream job, you want to list these. The next thing you do is you want to provide a score for each of those. Now, your default value is going to be a 1. And if you have something that is really important to you, you're going to assign it a 10. So each of these characteristics get either a 1 or a 10 in value. Then down the left-hand column, you're going to list different types of jobs that you've been thinking about. And for each job, you want to evaluate whether or not it actually has each of these qualities or characteristics. If it has the quality, then you're going to assign it the value that you gave it in the top line. If it's missing that quality or characteristic, you're going to give it a value of 0. And in this way, you want to do this for all of the job roles that you're thinking about so that you end up with a matrix of potential jobs and you can see how they score relative to your ideal. And that final step is to create that score. You add up that row and you see what the score is. And in this example, the top score would be 55 if everything had all the factors that mattered to you. And you can see how these different job roles, after you do your evaluation, rank. And generally speaking, the ones that have the highest scores are probably going to be the best bet because they're really going to have everything that you're looking for. Another thing to think about is you might have a skill that you don't yet have listed here. We think about the backup career options, and there might be a role that you see yourself in, but you don't have that skill. So this could be a future target for you. And it would be something that you need to create a plan so that you can develop that desired skill or attribute. And if you're really not sure what some of the job titles might be that use your skills, you can use sites such as ONET Online, and they have tools for career exploration and job analysis. This is a site with detailed descriptions of the world of work, and it's used by job seekers, workforce development, and HR professionals, as well as students, researchers, and more. So you can search by a skill area or keyword and find occupations that use your skill. That is just one tool that's available online. So, how do you know when you're on the right track and making progress and targeting your ideal career? I like this infographic, which really kind of captures those four things that need to be in place. Number one, you love it. Number two, the world needs it. And in fact, they'll pay you for it. And you're also great at it. At the intersection of all four of these, you really kind of come up with your personal purpose and the things that are really what make you happy. So you'll know you're on the right track when you enjoy going to work, you love what you do, you like the people with whom you work, and if you're not happy at work, you need to ask yourself, is it the people or the work itself that's making me unhappy? And if it is just the people and you've got the right kind of role, then you might need to consider, moving to a different group at your current company or maybe an altogether different company. So, in summary, we've talked about the importance of having 2 to 3 career targets that can give you options in the evolving job market. This will also help you focus on where your skills can best be utilized. It can show you some gaps or opportunities where you can develop additional skills or experience. So, that will give you more options as this job market changes and your own life changes. So, very important to be looking ahead to where you might need to go in the future. As we mentioned, there are options for some personalized support. We have a mastermind program, which is a moderated small group discussion with peers that are going through the same process, and we would limit this to 8 participants. All the information shared will be confidential, and it would work through 5 2-hour sessions. So, right now, we're taking pre registration so you can reserve a spot, and the dates and times will be determined by the participants. This would be charged at $99 per session, and you can see our URL for signing up for this program. The next session is going to be writing a great resume. How many resumes have you read or written in your lifetime? The Barrett Group has read and written literally hundreds of thousands of resumes, and they know what works and what does not. Our next session will focus on how to attract attention to your resume based on your merits and your strengths. Thank you again for your time.